Now, welcome back. Almost 1 billion people lack access to electricity, and that is something that one musician is trying to change. Well, while touring the USA, A.Y. Young began powering concerts using renewable energy and fundraising to bring people electricity on his battery tour. Well, he's now here to tell us all about it. Good morning. It's been a long conference, hasn't it?
It's been long.
It seems like it's coming to a close, though.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel cool. I mean, this was my first COP. Like, I've just been getting the world plugged in, right? Doing these concerts to bring some village or some person access to energy. And to me, honestly, this whole sustainability, like, movement and things like COP, they're very new to me, you know?
And there's a lot of energy here, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of talking.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
There's a whole lot. That's what I be telling people. I'm not used to all the talking. I'm used to like doing a concert.
Okay, well, let's talk about that. That's why you're here to talk to us. Battery tour, tell us about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's exactly what you're saying. It's called the battery tour. Like, I literally store like solar energy, renewable energy in batteries, and then perform. You know, I call it an impact engine because, you know, at this point now, you know, I really use music as a vehicle to help people, to bring people access to energy. So that's what I've been doing. I've like powered over 800 concerts, gotten over like 17 countries access to energy, and I think that's what's led me here, led me to being picked as designated as a young leader and getting plugged into these sustainable goals and kind of...
I like your pun, getting plugged into the sustainable goals.
Oh, yeah.
So you're a musician. How did you start on this road?
Yeah. Well, I started on the X Factor TV show.
Yeah.
In 2012.
I can see that. I can see you would have done well on that.
It was cool, like Britney Spears, Demi Lovato, Ellie Reed, you know, 4 Yeses, and that was my start. But I would also say, after I got off the show, I wanted people to hear my music. And so originally, you know, I think change comes from passion, and I think we should do what we love to do every day. So
we're doing it. I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, so what like crafted the start of the battery tour was me saying, I want to perform every day. How can I do it? How can I power a concert anywhere? You know, and that's how I started.
And so there's communities with no electricity. Talk us through like how you spotted this need for doing what you were doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny. I wear it on my shirt all the time with, like, love, right? Like, to me, everything, you know, comes from love. And I have this whole concept of how everyone in the world is an outlet for change, right? And we all can plug into the local community, the national level, and we can power change. You know, so, you know, once I kind of had this eureka moment that everyone was an outlet, I knew I had to bring them all music, you know. In traveling America and the world, yes, there are so many communities, actually 1 billion people that don't have energy. And a lot of people in developing nations and different things like that haven't even experienced concerts and music. They may have a cell phone that they use to pay for their food at the marketplace.
But no live music.
No live music. So I'm going into places that like they've only seen Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. There's no venue. Like, you know, Maroon 5 doesn't come there, you know? So, yeah, I mean, there has been some really cool moments of, like, really getting the world plugged in and spreading love and bringing people together that, you know, is just hard to explain when someone's never experienced.
So, but how do you go from being a guy who's kind of... I mean, you're clearly an extrovert, if you don't mind me saying. Well, I don't think I need to say that, do I? You're into your music. You're a musician.
Yeah.
How do you go get yourself into providing energy solutions? I mean, it's quite a
well,
leap.
like I say, everything is steps, and I think change is steps. There's so many young people. See, I'm now the voice of the youth of the USA, or what, right? One of the 17 young leaders, and people ask me all the time, like, how do you, you know, what do you do? It takes steps. So the first step was trying to power a concert. Then, you know.
But how did you even get your head around what you needed to do for that?
Well, I obsessed over it, and I believe in something called 10,000 hours. So I put in a lot of time to figure out how do I do it. Then I discovered, well, energy is the base resource. You can store energy in batteries. It wasn't until like show number 300, I'm sleeping in the car, and the batteries are in the back, and the speakers, you know, and people used to donate. You know, I would do Garth Brooks, I would do Keith, I would do all these different genres of music to bring people together. And people would donate and call themselves outlets, right? So I had that concept of everyone being an outlet. You know, so I'm just sleeping in my car, whatever. You know, I'm rolling into towns that don't have electricity or the grid's issues. Or there are places that don't have internet in America, right? Like, you know, you would think every place has internet, and then you're like, wait, you know. And so I'm Googling and doing research, and that's when I found out 1 billion people. So then I said, okay, oh my God, well, if everyone's an outlet, and there's 1 billion people that don't have energy, and I'm doing music every day, and that's me being an outlet, I can take an action, I can do a concert every day. How can I use my passion to get the world plugged in? That's when I said, okay, I'll build something, right? Build the solar box, and then start using the concerts to just get people plugged in.
So it's a lot easier now than it was. You were saying it took you 300 concerts to kind of get it right.
It took me to even figure it. Yeah, and I mean, dude, yes. It takes time. You have to build. You have to take a step every day. You know, I didn't just walk into being one of the 17 young leaders now,
Yeah, well, tell me a bit about that.
Like,
what does that role involve?
Well, there are these. A lot of people don't know. Like, do you know what the SDGs are? The global goals. A lot of people wear the pin.
Yeah,
with
yes.
Yes. I didn't even know what it was. Like when I met like Amina and like Antonio Guterres, the SG secretary. You know, they were like telling me about these 17 goals, and it's these 17 things that the United Nations is like, hey, we have to do this by 2030.
With all of the different colors
right?
around that, yeah.
And like it's crazy because all I hear is like sustainability, climate change, you know, global warming. But actually, when you look at the 17 goals, that's one goal. That's goal 13, right? There's also like everyone should have food, no hunger. Everyone should have access to energy, goal 7. They said, they're like, you're achieving goal 7 because you're getting the world plugged in, you know? So there's 17 goals, and so that's why I'm one of the 17 young leaders. And that's why I've launched this project called 17.
Yeah,
right?
Okay,
Which is what I'm doing right now.
All right, tell us, Project 17, tell us more about it.
I mean, it's super simple, to be honest. I was just looking at the goals, and I was like hearing Amina talk, and like the other, and they were like, you know, they've been around for a while, and I looked at them, and I'm like, okay, everybody knows like Justin Bieber's new girlfriend, or Cardi B's new song, you know, you can, me, if I wanted to, you know, like people know Bodak Yellow, right?
You're making the job for my cameraman very difficult.
So it's just, to me, it's crazy that like I can go up to someone in America, at least for sure, a lot of places, I was like, hey, do you know what gender equality goal is? And they have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, but they know what Kim Kardashian posted. Right. So Project 17 is simple. I'm making, you know, the world's first sustainable album, powered by renewable energy. 1 song for each goal, 17 songs. Each song with a major artist, 17 major artists. Each song with a major company or corporation to, you know, kind of power and make the music happen. And then each song with a major impact partner, you know, that, you know, the music will be used to empower the impact partner to do the work in that space, right? Whether it's getting people food or getting people water or energy, right? Goal 7. So that's what it is, and just super blessed to have launched the project, have companies like Samsung and Enel signed on, and be here at COP just plugging in more pieces, more artists, more change makers, you know, to kind of to make a real impact.
You're clearly a very exuberant individual. Are you feeling full of hope and optimism from this conference, or how are you feeling?
Great question. So everybody asks me that. They'd be like, AY, what do you think about COP26? You know, and this is what I'll say. Again, I'm just a guy from the street corner, like legitimately like 100, like close to 900 now at this point. Like I'm used to performing, when I flew from Dubai because I launched in Saudi Arabia, right? And when I was watching the news, all they said was, this is the youth COP, this is the youth climate, you know, it's all about youth, right? My 3rd day here in the Blue Zone, Joseph runs up to me. He's the guy that works in the Envoy office, right? Because I'm an envoy with Jay Athma. And he goes, AY, I'm so glad to meet you. And I was like, bro, it's so good to meet you, because it's been a long pandemic, you know. And I'm like, dude, so where are the other 16 young leaders, right, of the world, right? Because I'm one of the. And he goes, oh, AY, you're the only one that they gave a blue pass to, a blue zone pass to.
Okay, all right.
And I said, what? Yeah. So when people ask me, how's it going? You know, how's COP? I say, man, you know,
I don't know, I'm the only one here.
And when you think about it, if this is all about the youth, right?
Yeah.
If this is all
the whole
about...
day for the youth,
think
and then
about
a lot of them were kept
week.
outside the rooms where the negotiations were happening.
And if you think of the 17 young leaders of the world for the sustainable development, and only one's in the building,
well, at least it's you.
It's crazy. I mean, I'm super blessed, I'm honored, but I'm also just like, where's the rest of us?
Yeah,
you know, that represent. So when people say, well, how's it going? Yeah, that's how it's going.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you maintain these energy levels for the rest
Always.
of what remains of this conference. Really good to talk to you and hear about what you're up to, AY.
Yeah, no,
Thank you
no.
very much
Thank
for
you.
coming to talk to us.
Yeah.
Plenty